I'm Yoko, and on December 18th, 2020, I posted my first ever video on this channel. It was a mess, and most of it was me saying I was anxious, but it was the start of everything, and that was 5 years ago. I meant to do these types of videos every year on YouTube, but my last one was the 2-year mark, so that went well. We'll see if I make this video next year, but I asked on a community post for some questions regarding me, the channel, etc., and the first part of this video is going to be answering those, while the last part is going to be more rambling about YouTube and life and how it's been going and any future plans I have for 2026. So let's hop into the Q&A section. First off, I use Krita for my drawing program. I record with OBS. My drawing tablet is an XP Artist 12. My microphone is a Blue Yeti. And Year 30 of Galaxy Clan is scheduled to come out very soon. Should definitely be before Christmas. Saying that now because I know most of you will be curious. A lot of questions were Galaxy Clan related after all, so let's just get into those first. Probably the most common question, what's my favorite Galaxy Clan character? It really changes throughout the arc, so I'm just gonna list a couple that rank pretty high for me. Burdock Star, Fernheart, Hollow Star, Swan Song, Cinderpetal, and Red Noise. I really love a lot of these cats, so it's hard to pick, but the ones that stick around long enough do make a good impression. My least favorite cat? It's kind of hard because even if the cat sucks, I tend to still kind of enjoy them as a writing point, but probably Mint Splash, no surprise there. What is my favorite ship in Galaxy Clan? The Cuddlebugs are iconic, but I actually really like the messy ships like the Hypocrites, Bumblebuzz, and Spinel, but I am also so weak for the ones that start off with childhood crushes like Pricklefleck and Lightning Flight. Do I have a favorite Galaxy Clan storyline? I think that this has to go to the whole Rainbow Flare using their dream powers during the Stone Star era to get the cats to talk to all the current Dark Forest cats at the time. Dream shaping in general is really fun, and I'm happy we got a prominent character with that skill. What do I think the old clans are up to? Honestly, probably having their own adventures. Sometimes a cat shows up in Galaxy Clan like with Bleakblood, or on the streams with a backstory that says they are a former clan cat, and we usually say that they're a Creep Clan, Bug Clan, or Sharp Clan cat. I do miss those guys. How do I go about making a Galaxy Clan video? So nowadays I play the year and record it for future Patreon highlights, but after that I go for the recording for my notes and see what happened important-wise or things that I may have overlooked. I check the relations and events between cats to fill in more blanks, and in the case of me adding stuff that's not in-game, I tend to make a lot of possibilities and then roll a generator or have Patreon vote blindly on it to see the fate of the cats. From there, I make a list of potential bonus pictures and things that might be an animatic and get to work on that, starting with the kittens and new faces and then usually moving to apprentice art, since I know for a fact that I need those. The streams sometimes add extra info that impacts Galaxy Clan as a whole, like cats leaving, for example. Throughout all of that, I'm working on the script after categorizing the cat's events for each cat. The Galaxy Clan lineup art is usually the last thing I finish for a video. I often record the audio before I finish it, just because the audio editing takes a while for me. Mostly because I mark down where everything will go during the process, so when it's time to add the visuals, it's really easy. I also then grab the fan art to feature at the end, and it's a lot of work, but I do enjoy the end results and finally getting to yap about the cats. Would I ever make a video showing how I choose design elements? Probably no, but I am making a Google Doc with most of the visual traits in the series. A lot of them are suggestions from the Discord, and then sometimes I make stuff up regarding a new cat's name. I typically roll 2 to 3 new traits for new cats, and with new kittens, that was better explained in the HypoKits video number 1. How do I roll disabilities? I roll 1 through 100, and if it's 1 through 10, they rolled a disability. Unless the birth giver was over 120 moons old, then it's 1 through 20. From there, I have a list of things to roll from, and that's how I do it. Have I ever thought of starting over the Clan Gen series, like a new one not related to Galaxy Clan? Yes, I thought of a side series and did start some designs for a Ghost Clan a long time ago, but then my computer exploded, and then another Ghost Clan came out, which was pretty cool, so I just dropped it. But I actually wanted to delve more into dialogue-based series, and am actually working on a comic completely unrelated to Galaxy Clan in one of the beach camps. Haven Clan is currently only on Patreon, but once I finish the chapters that include the entire year 1, I will be posting it weekly to Webtoon. Will I make a video summing up the whole timeline of Galaxy Clan? I will be honest, that is extremely intimidating, and I'm bad at condensing stuff because I feel like everything's important, so probably not. But I do know it would be very helpful, so I probably should. Probably Viper Clan. If I could save one Galaxy Clan cat, who would it be and why? My mind goes to Stemglare first. He felt like he had so much to go for his story, and it was just cut really short. Who's my favorite cat from each clan? Viper Clan, I actually really like Butterfly Paw, and you could probably tell. Moss Clan, maybe Thunderstar or Tin Willow. J Clan, Wastar, but for someone not from Galaxy Clan originally. Blue Star for very different reasons. Why don't the other clans have accessories like Galaxy Clans and the old clans did? I assume you mean the medicine cats because that's a tradition that Galaxy Clan, Sharp Clan, Creep Clan, and Bug Clan made upon their start. These mountain clans have other traditions unique to them. So the medicine cats getting accessories after their name thing is just one of Galaxy Clan's traditions now. Another one of Galaxy Clan's traditions that we technically introduced to the mountains was mediators, and they did adopt that though. Did I think Galaxy Clan would become popular within the ClanGen community? Nope, but I'm grateful it did and feel super happy anytime I see a series that mentions they were inspired by me. Which character do I forget exists the most? Probably just the elders that join and then die in 2 moons like French Fry. Have I had any theories or alternate events that didn't make into the video? One, at the very start of the series, I was debating if Sandstar should be Stonepaw's dad, but decided against it. So there is a timeline out there where Sandstar would have been Stoneleaf's dad. Beyond that, it's mostly alternate things like what could have happened during rolling events like in the Dark Forest and stuff. Like, what if Umbercurl turned out evil? That type of stuff. Have the original founding kits reunited in Star Clan, and what do they think of the clan now? Yes, you saw them during that Cinderpetal death. Animatic. I imagine they mostly are just watching and staying to themselves, watching the clan, you know? Advice for anyone starting a ClanGen series? If you have the space, record your playthrough because you may miss stuff, and taking notes, it's helpful to be able to look back. Take notes on what you think is the most important. Don't stress out too much about them eating a mouse, for example. If visuals help you learn, you can color code certain stuff like deaths or ceremonies. If things are seeming boring, check out relationship events and make your own stories to roll on based on how the cats are. Just try to have fun. The first year may not be the most exciting. It sometimes takes a bit to kick off. If someone wanted to post YouTube videos regularly as an artist, do I have advice? Don't burn yourself out and look at realistically what you are able to do. If this works, try setting up a work schedule based on how long a video would take you. Like, by when should you be able to be done with art? When should the audio be done? How long does editing take? Some videos will be longer than others, and writing a checklist of what needs to be done may help you. Don't stress too much about the numbers. When did I start drawing? My mom said that I never scribbled and always drew, and I don't believe that, but I have seen drawings from when I was like 2, and can see what I was trying to draw. Like, there's smiles and stuff like a sun. So there's that. Taking drawing more seriously, though, was when I had the DVD for Spirit Stallion of the Cimarron, and I would watch the How to Draw Spirit tutorial over and over. What are my favorite things to draw? Probably pretty girls, honestly. I like women. Women are pretty. How did I get my drawing style? It's morphed and grown over time as I yoink stuff I like or figure out things that I like to do. I can't pinpoint exactly what may have inspired a lot of my growth, especially with cats. But as for my human art, I will say I was initially very inspired by Ikimaru's art, but I also really like smooth lines and tend to do hard shading. Also, everyone starts somewhere. Here's some early art for me. I used to look at how to draw anime books too much. Would I ever do a how to draw cats? Probably not. I don't really see myself as a tutorial channel. What's something I like about my art and feel like I have improved on since I started my channel? I'm actually very happy with my improvement on my background, specifically the natural outdoorsy ones. I need to practice on the indoor ones more now. I like my smoothness in my art and think I've gotten a lot more confident in it as I've grown. Is there any art programs or techniques that I loved or hated with a passion during my art journey? I loved Ibis Paint X when I used to draw on my phone, and I still use it to add text and stuff because it's just kind of easier and Krita usually crashes on me. I love drawing in the Danganronpa CG style, and I struggle so much with semi-realism, it's just not good. Off the digital art, I like using my Copics, but I haven't unpacked them since moving, and I hate charcoal and pastels and basically anything that's really, really messy. I'm also not really that good with watercolor, but I would like to learn more. Have I ever gotten art block or the feeling that I want to draw or just can't? I usually more so get like art paralysis. I don't know how to say it. If I struggle making art, it's due to struggling to actually sit in the chair and set it up most of the time. Like, I can sit in bed all day and think, gee, I sure would like to go make art, and then I just don't. What got me into the Warrior Cats fandom? I saw one of the books in the library, read it, and then got hooked. It was the second book of the second arc. Oops. I was confused. Then I looked it up and found a community online, watching a lot of videos, which I will show my age by mentioning Alley Cat's Bone Shatter AMV. Warrior Cats also introduced me to a bunch of songs and still does. Who is my favorite Warrior Cats character? I'd like to say Jayfeather and Greywing are my favorites, but I have only read to the end of Dawn of the Clans. I have been rereading the entire series, and have gotten back to this arc of Dawn of the Clans. So I'm actually really close to reading the books that I missed out on, so who knows, maybe a future book will have someone that will also catch my eye. What's my favorite clan in the books? I think I like Wind Clan, actually. The tunneling was very interesting while it existed, and I like the founding cats a lot in Dawn of the Clans. What other book series do I like? I am very uncultured in the book world. I've basically only read Warrior Cats and the Magic Treehouse series, as well as one Seekers book. And I remember one book that my boyfriend lent me in high school, but the only thing I remember about it is that at the end of the book or something, his friend admitted that the reason he gets out of doing PE is that he told the coach or something that he was gay. So there's that. I do want to read Wings of Fire and Percy Jackson when I do catch up with Warriors, though. It's gonna be a bit to get there, though. What are my favorite shows or movies? A lot of anime. Fruits Basket, Assassination Classroom, Carol and Tuesday, Code Geass, etc. Some non-anime, there's Steven Universe, Gravity Falls, The Secret Saturdays. I love The Secret Saturdays, but no one ever talks about it. Hazbin Hotel. And movie-wise, my favorite is Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron. I know that movie basically word for word. What do I do during my break time? I love Pokemon, and most of my free time is Pokemon related. I mostly have been shiny hunting, but beyond that, I also watch anime or YouTube, etc. I hang out with the pets, I spend time with my boyfriend when we can. Nothing really too extreme, I'm a nerd. I mostly just draw. What do I do when I struggle with art ideas? I have a doc of like every character from everything I've seen or am aware of, so I can roll something to draw for a warm-up. I also like to alphabetize things. I'll do some art challenges sometimes. I have like 5 projects in my head at a time usually, so it's often less a reason that I have no idea and more often a case of motivation to go do it. Favorite ice cream flavor? Mint chocolate chip. I'm also a fan of cookie dough ice cream. Rapid fire opinions on things mentioned. Pineapple on pizza. Evil, but that's because I struggle when food combines in general. I'm not a fan of anything but pepperoni or olives on pizza, really. Black licorice. Gross. I like the red kind, though. Frosted sugar cookies that you find in most American stores. I actually really like them texture-wise. And then, is there a food I could eat every day and not get bored of? So as mentioned, I'm a picky eater and struggle with new foods. That's kind of my life already. If left to my own devices, I bet you I probably could just eat bagels, breakfast Hot Pockets, and McDonald's every day. Not healthy or sustainable wallet-wise. I do eat other things, but that's just some go-tos that I eat too much. Who/what got me into Persona and Pokemon? I know nothing about Persona, so I think you're mistaken. If you meant the other part that inspired my Sona, that's Monokuma from Danganronpa. But Pokemon I saw on TV as like a 4 or 5-year-old. The very first season of it. My first ever episode was episode 8, The Path to the Pokemon League, where AJ and his Sandshrew are the main plot. And Sandshrew is my favorite Pokemon because of that. Underrated little goober. Espeon is a second because I like the look. From there I got Leaf Green, and then it got stolen when we were moving. I lose a lot of Pokemon games when we move. And then my aunt passed down Red, Gold, and Yellow, which I played until getting Heart Gold. And I also love the PokePark games. And then ever since Black and White came out, I've been able to get every main series Pokemon game as they come out. You know, one of them. I have gone back and played games I missed out on though, like Emerald. And I'm currently playing Diamond because the physical copy of Platinum died on me. What's a Pokemon that I wish had a Mega? It's way too ambitious, but I would love a Mega for every evolution. Honestly, a lot of Pokemon I wanted to get Megas though, got them in ZA. I wanted more love to be given to Kalos, so maybe Go-Goat? My favorite Pokemon character, N. I loved him so much as a kid that I said he was my boyfriend. I was like 11 or something, don't bully me. I also only watched the Black and White anime episodes as a kid that had him in it. In more recent years, I've added Piers to my favorite too. And as of the most recent game, I really love Naveen and Corbeau. Favorite Pokemon game? I'm replaying/playing ones that I missed right now, so it might change when I get to it, but I have such fond memories of Black and White. I really miss the sprites. Is there a popular Pokemon I think is overrated? Pikachu. I know it's the mascot, but I really like Raichu, and it doesn't get as much stuff. Alolan Raichu is really nice. Another one is Greninja. I just kind of think the tongue is really gross. Would I ever consider doing a live Nuzlocke? I actually would like to, but it doesn't really fit my channel. I've never finished Infinite Fusion. I just keep restarting because I forget it exists and then just start again because I have no connection to the Pokemon. But it would be really fun to Nuzlocke it live, but I just don't know if anyone would be interested on this channel. Someone's question was just the statement, yap about my pets, please. So if you don't know, we have 2 small dogs, Yoshi and Cujo. Yoshi used to be my late Nana's and is about 12. Cujo is my mom's dog and is about 9. Another question was their breeds. They're mixes, but we did do their DNA before. So Yoshi is a Chihuahua, Rat Terrier, Jack Russell, Schnauzer, and surprisingly a Poodle mix. And Cujo is a Yorkie, Parson Russell, Havanese, Shetland Sheepdog, and somehow Australian Shepherd mix. It's her least amount, it's just really funny. And we do have 4 cats aged 3 to 2-ish. It started with Kit Kat because one of Mom's customers had her and her family as rescues, so we adopted her as a kitten, later finding out that her dad was a Maine Coon. Then we found Pippi outside as a kitten and fed her for about a month and eventually took her in. Colby was found just at one of Mom's jobs where she was painting. He was skinny, dirty, and little and just ran up. We're pretty sure he was abandoned. And last was Puddles, who was being fed by my mom until it was forecast to potentially flood and it was raining, so we took him in. All of our cats are indoor cats, with Puddles being okay in a harness, but now that we live in the mountains with not a lot of room between the road and a cliff, that's not really as safe. But they do all go out taking turns in a cat stroller sometimes. What's my favorite type of cat? I'm not really picky on breeds. If it's a cat, it's usually cute to me. Kit Kat has made me like Maine Coons more, even though she's a mix. She's just my big fluffy girl. I love her. What made me start a YouTube channel? I've always kind of wanted to in general, and a lot of the reason I eventually did was to try to boost my confidence more and deal with anxiety. I was inspired by people like Jinja Ninja OWO, Oliver's Antics, Drawing with Waffles, Casey the Golden, and Dina Norland, rest in peace to her, as well as a bunch of Warrior Cats animators. Who's my favorite Animal Crossing villager? Judy, my star pastel bisexual flag galaxy bear, I love her. What is my favorite Danganronpa game and character? I love Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair, and I'm so excited that it's getting even more content soon. Some of my favorite characters are Fuyuhiko, Ibuki, Toko after Ultra Despair Girls, Nagito, and Oma. And I'm too used to calling him Oma from when V-Furu was still really new and didn't have translations yet. And here's hoping my family is not watching anymore, but if they are, oh well, hi, don't mention this. How did I realize I was gender fluid? What's my chosen name? And how do you know you're gender fluid? I have felt complicated with gender for a while and realized it fluctuates with days. It took me a while of thinking it over and identified as a demigirl for a little bit, but it really hit me that I have days of desperately wanting to be a boy, and I hesitantly told my boyfriend, who was very supportive. He got me stuff like a binder, boxers, stuff like that. Despite that, there are still days that I wake up and I love being a girl. I like dresses, I feel pretty and such. And some days gender is canceled that day and I just do not perceive me. I am they, them. It's really something hard to explain, mostly just a feeling inside, and in the end finding a label you can feel nice with. I still mostly go by the name Trinity, but I have been messing around with Tristan/Tris. Online, it's just Nyoko though. Now on to the general YouTube and 2026 talk. I've been less active than I would have hoped for this year. I have big plans for next year though. I do really want to do more side series like the Pokemon and Animal Crossing videos I just haven't been able to get around to. I'm trying to get a better swing of things, and admittedly, I still haven't unpacked most of my stuff like a year after I moved because I just really don't like it here, and I miss my furniture that I would put that stuff into. I don't have like my same dressers or things like that, and it's throwing me off. So some days I kind of just go into a funk of I dislike this place, I want my room back even though this is my room. I get sick so often here in the mountains. You've heard me on streams if you tune in sometimes. I cough a lot. It really doesn't go away. I get winded going up the stairs still, and even more winded when I'm recording audio. I'm tired a lot here and have bad sleeping habits. The lighting in this room is bad. There's one window and the blinds are kind of at a point where if I want to open the window, I need to like remove the blinds. Whenever it rains, we have to watch closely and fight the water to make sure we don't flood again. There's bears that steal our trash, and Mom opened the door to one just standing there. Our power keeps going out, and there was fires relatively nearby this year. I miss my friends and my boyfriend. I live hours away from them all, and I already lived far from them before we moved here. So now it's just even worse. And this doesn't even touch on some family stuff health-wise that's been going on. Doing YouTube helps keeps me grounded and gives me stuff to do, and I'm really grateful to everyone who watches, and everyone who watches my non-Galaxy Clan videos as well. They don't get as many views, but I really do love making them. YouTube revenue is something I feel like people don't talk about, and I don't know how taboo it is, to be honest, and just say stuff, but I'll go ahead and say I make $200 to $500 a month on YouTube, and it really varies. I'm unemployed beyond YouTube and commissions, and I feel like I'd struggle and work for many sensory reasons. So I'm grateful to everyone that signed up to my Patreon this year. It was something I was debating for a while, and I didn't think people would sign up that much. So I'm just blown away by the support and make about $500 off it a month. This, combined with commissions, has helped me to slowly save up more money, with me starting to save $100 a month to rebuild my rainy day fund for things like one of the animals having an emergency. I was at the point where every month I had like $20 in the bank at the end, so I'm so grateful to slowly be building that back up again. I do YouTube a lot for fun and the enjoyment of topics, so I'm thankful it can support me as well. Now, as for some 2026 plans, first off, Galaxy Clan is going nowhere. I'm so invested, and I'm going to make a new family tree video update after year 30. I've been working on the variations map part that you probably forgot about, but it's making a lot of progress. I'm still working on the Holostar the Underworld animatic that I was doing. It's not going anywhere, I'm just slow. I'm going to eventually make a video slowly where I draw the Galaxy Clan Dark Forest cats as Danganronpa characters, which I'm excited for. Other side series on my channel, Pokemon and Animal Crossing Gajinkas, are still on my mind, and I actually have 3 of the Pokemon for the next one drawn already. Another project I'm excited to eventually get out is a video yapping about my opinions on all the Generation 1 Pokemon's shiny forms, and which ones I would change and what I would change them to be. And that video is going to take forever because I want to catch all of those shinies first. As of now, I'm over a third done with that part. Also, I fully expect Generation 10 to be announced on Pokemon Day 2026 on February, so since it's the 30th anniversary, and I'm excited for the eventual new roster of Pokemon. I'm very Pokemon-brained, can you tell? I like making ramble videos, like my interests, like how I did the ZA one, and I'll do more stuff like that if I can. Also, my 10-year anniversary with my boyfriend was last September, and I was making an anniversary animatic thing for it, and then it crashed, so I've been remaking a lot of it, and it's super late now, but I will be finishing that eventually. And while not YouTube, my Instagram is pretty much dead. I don't use it, I don't like Instagram. There's too much AI on it, and there's AI on YouTube, and that bugs me too, but I can't really do anything about that. I'm looking into new platforms to reach out to, like Blue Sky and Kara, or is it Kara, not sure. Not exactly sure what I'm doing with my Danganronpa fangame comic Despair Emporium, because the more I look at it, the more I get annoyed at the early chapters that were drawn in 2017/2018. And it's just moved from Amino to Instagram, and I do want to finish it, but I'm fighting myself in my desire to just redraw everything. I also really want to make a fake anime opening music video for it. I have the song and visuals in my head, I just haven't started or had the time to. I want to do more animation in general, I just don't usually have the time. As mentioned earlier, I am working on a ClanGen comic called Haven Clan, and I really want to start making that public in 2026, but I still have a good chunk to get through. Long story short, I have lots of projects and ideas and wishes for what I want to do, and I know I probably won't get to do all of it, but I'm excited and hopeful that I will get to most of it. Also, this background picture I drew is now my computer background, and it will be my PFP. The little gremlin Espeon version, at least. Thank you all for watching my channel, no matter when you joined as a viewer, and here's to a good 2026. I will see you soon with year 30 of Galaxy Clan, but for now, peace!